In this tutorial, I want to show you a number of techniques that you can use when designing stairs. We'll start by placing some stair components. So, double-click on the Stair tool and select the Cadimage stair component from the library. In the info box, you should see controls for component type and geometry method. We'll choose the rotated diagonal geometry method and a flight component. If you don't see those controls, use the work environment to add them to the info box. Click on the start point, stretch in the direction of travel, and click on the end point. To check the tread depth, go to the Document menu and select Model View, Model View Options, then click on the Plan View label checkbox. A label now displays the tread depth or going. By default, the flight fits a whole number of treads into the flight length. In this case, 8 treads, each 307 millimeters deep. But I want to force the going to be an exact measurement. So I'll select the flight, open its Custom Settings dialog, and click on the Lock Going button. The flight length changes, and the going is now 320 millimeters, as in the Settings dialog. If I now stretch the flight, its length increases or decreases in steps. Another thing you can do is to pull the end of the flight up or down to curve it into an arc. Move the center hotspot to adjust the arc radius. Move the outer hotspot to adjust the arc angle. You can also use the initial hotspot to adjust the radius. For the first flight, adjusting the radius while maintaining a fixed center point can sometimes be useful. In most cases, it makes more sense to adjust the radius by moving the center point. So I'm now going to add a landing at the top of the curved flight. I'll draw the landing along the tangential line that appears at the end of the stair. So I'll choose the landing component from the info box. Click on the end node of the reference line, stretch along the tangent, and click to indicate the end of the landing. Now I'll add another piece to form an L-shaped landing. Finally, I'll choose the flight component from the info box and add a top flight to the stair. Now we'll adjust the shapes of these components. From the Cadimage menu, choose Stairs, Stair Shape Edit Mode. I'll select all the components. You can see they now have a bunch of hotspots. These can be used to edit the component shapes. We'll start off by adjusting the width of the second flight and landing. We can use the same approach to form a tapered flight. I'll draw a line to use as a reference. The hotspots at the midpoint of each edge can be used to curve that edge. I'll just move the labels out of the way. Okay, I'll remove the curved edge for now. Now, I'll exit the Stair Shape Edit mode. I can now bend the tapered top flight using its endpoint hotspot. Let's look at that in 3D. First, just the treads appear. Then the 3D view rebuilds to include the stair structure.